He's the street hot dog. Like in this situation, he's the outsider. The very simple, like those fancy foods. They're something else. But
Okay.
he's this outside version coming into it.
All
There
right.
you go, folks. Daniel is the street hot dog.
No. Let's stay on Daniel for a second. Hear ye, and welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Rollison, also known as T-Roll. And tonight I am joined by my very good friends. First of all, we have Justin Sandoval, a.k.a. Sandy. And we also have Anthony Amato, who we like to call Shamato. Now, boys, we do not have Jordan Mosley in the building. We are in the building, but the landlord is not here because he's a loser. And
we did talk about that last week, T-Roll.
Yep.
We did.
I'm
We
sure.
roasted him for being a Royal Geek member and not actually watching Daredevil.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good, man, because you know there's been plenty of things that I haven't watched. Less for
Anything
you
recently?
guys. Yeah, guilty.
Yep.
Less for you guys. But no one's ever missed Marvel stuff, right? So
Yeah,
this
that's true.
is grounds for divorce. But he's got his name on the lease, so
I don't know.
I guess we can't.
I may be still the only person in this podcast that has watched Morbius.
I did watch it. I
You
watched
did
it.
eventually?
Yeah, I did watch
Okay.
it.
Well, I meant MCU Marvel, but important distinction. Fair enough.
Yes. Very important distinction. Yes.
But yeah, Jordan's not here, so we're going to talk bad about him. The OG boys, the OG Royal Geek Podcast, bringing it back, flashback, no big deal. While Jordan himself is watching the flashback of Daredevil, trying to watch all of the Netflix seasons.
Yep.
So, hey, I respect it. I respect the hustle. But yeah, we're here to review episodes 2 and 3 of season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. But before we do so, we want to give a shout out to all of our listeners. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We want to remind you to please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening. And if you really want to help us out, seriously, take 30 seconds. Hit share episode. Share a link to this episode right now to someone in your life that is watching Daredevil. It really helps us out a lot. So we want to ask you to do that. With that in mind, boys, I think I just want to say it's the time for the spoiler warning. So we are now going to have honest conversation about what really happened in episode 2 and episode 3. Our listeners, our fans, our friends, our family, our fellow vigilantes have been warned.
It is.
All right.
T-Roll, I'm very interested to see what you thought about episode 1 because we didn't get you on last week.
Nope.
So my week has been crazy. I did watch it last week, which I was proud that I was able to do that, even though I wasn't on the pod because I was gone on a trip. But I am trying to remember it, and it's not because it wasn't great. It's just because my life's been crazy. What's like 2 or 3 things that happened in episode 1 last week?
The Northern Star, the
Yeah, that's right.
ship, sinking in the East River.
Uh-huh.
That was the
I thought it was.
beginning of the episode.
I knew it right when he put that watch in there. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna come back to that somehow." You know?
The ticking, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I remember watching it being like, "Oh, that's amazing," and it ended. It ended with Poindexter. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was a
Yes.
good cliffhanger. Yeah, I thought episode 1 was sensational. You know, I was so excited for 2 and 3. Marvel trying to put me in my grave early, doing multiple episode drops. But I will say selfishly, it was kind of nice to have 2 episodes to watch. So that was cool. Yeah, see, episode 1 was great.
It was a welcome back to Marvel viewing. That's basically what it was.
Ton of F words, which I loved.
Which I love.
Which I loved. Some of my friends listening are like, dang, different side of T-Roll. But no, it's a gritty kind of, show.
Yeah.
The
gore,
violence
too.
is
Yeah.
The violence is crazy, man.
Yeah, you're a little squeamish too, aren't you?
Yeah, I have to look away a couple times, but it's not too bad because they don't show a lot. They insinuate a lot, but they're not showing a lot,
Yeah,
Which is
what they do with
good.
the lighting and just slightly out of screen, which they do that a lot more. I feel like they did do this more now that they've moved over to Disney more than they did when they were on Netflix.
Yeah.
I do think that's one of the big differences between the two shows that they've done is they would show a little more.
Yeah, we're not getting in car door scenes anymore.
I was literally about to say that.
Yes. Like they'll snap somebody's bone, but it'll be just off camera, You know,
Yeah.
that type of stuff. Like you'll hear it, but you won't see it.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well,
like the trainer getting
Like-
punched into the wall of mirrors, and you don't know if he's dead, but you see a lot of blood, and you're like, well, he's probably dead. Which, by the way, what's with
punch.
that guy? What's with that guy?
the trainer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He was like, who's he? He's trying to motivate. He's trying to do his job.
Well,
He's like, come on, man.
there's a line.
You taking a
There,
break?
you got to have some awareness.
Yeah, of who you're talking to.
Like
I
when
think-
the first thing he said was, "Hey, 30 seconds. That's it. That's okay." I don't think Kingpin thought anything of that. When he was, it's like when he double clicked on it, I was like, "Dude, what are you thinking?"
Yeah.
Are you a real man? Like he starts, I thought you were tougher than that. Like, he's like, obviously, it's not about him being tough. It's him literally having a conversation.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. With his
Unbelievable.
wife, right? Wasn't his wife?
No, it was
It
with
was Buck.
Buck.
It was Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, can I just say, I think Buck is maybe my favorite character in the show.
He's extremely interesting. Yes.
Oh, these 2 episodes for sure.
These 2 episodes give you a lot more. So first of all, I have always liked his poise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but these 2 episodes give you more of him. The whole scene when he's talking to
Dr. Glenn.
Dr. Glenn was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
That was great.
Even when he was talking to
Daniel.
Daniel, yeah. Was
Yeah,
a,
same.
was a really interesting scene.
Such a
That-
good scene.
That scene is really important for both of them.
The hot dog, and he's like, I was literally watching, and I was like, there is no way. I don't know if Buck's got an 8-pack, but I know he's at least got a 6-pack, right? Under that suit. Like, I have no doubt. I was like, there's no way he's eating that street hot dog. There's just no way.
He did
And
take a bite. He did a good
he
bite.
took a bite, and he gave that nod. He's like, not bad.
Yeah, but he gave it right back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Moderation.
But
Yeah.
you always stay in control, and that's him. Like he's got that, man. He's got that. Okay, let's talk. Episode 2, episode 3. We could go chronological if we want. There's just a lot when you have
there's
2
a few different
episodes.
storylines going on. We did mention last week how there's a lot of subplots.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of different strings that are being cast for this season
Yeah.
so far.
Before
Yeah.
we get into like the main stuff, do you mind if I go on like a little rant?
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's hear it. I love your rants.
It's not a negative rant at all. It's just something that has kind of come to my mind through these first couple of episodes, and it's like, so Daredevil is all about like, you know, Daredevil and his strength and the Kingpin and how strong he is. We've talked about Buck, we've talked about Daniel already on this episode, but I want to shine a light on the subtle dangerousness and the power of women in this show, like the characters and how the MCU and other entities have done sometimes a poor job of trying to force them onto us, and other times when they've done a poor job of like showing it and things like that. I feel like this show has done a really good job of layering it in to a point to where now that you're looking back on it, you're like, oh, there are a lot of women that are in super powerful positions or have a lot of leverage on everything that is happening in the show right now. Starting from BB, like how much control and power she has. In this 2-episode arc, we also find out that she actually is the person behind the Kingpin mask. In that, and of course, her BB reports are very important to the city. You got Karen, of course, especially like her lifting up in this season, becoming more of a physical force. Dr. Glenn for kind of evil purposes, or at least misguided purposes through this time period, how much she's putting her thumb on the scales of justice at this moment when it comes to vigilantes. The governor is currently a strong woman in this universe, like Vanessa. Angela is White Tiger now. Kristen as his partner in the law firm. Even like Sheila in the mayor's office, and then you have like Ariana, the Greek restaurant owner. Even the chief justice in the vigilante case was a woman, and she was. And I think it was really important that they made it to where she was the only one that seemed to be negatively
had some
affected.
sense, right?
Yes, by like what was happening. She could kind of tell that what was going on was not right. You know, and she was also the one that was the chief of that group. You know, even down to like Angie Kim, the police officer.
Yeah, her showing up for a couple minutes.
And we haven't even gotten to Jessica Jones, who we know is going to be in this season. So, like, I feel like there's just been a really, like, when you really, like, mark all this down, you're seeing women affecting the show, but in such a like organic and well done way that it doesn't feel like they're like, hey, we're jamming this into your face. And I think there needs to be praise brought out of that. They're doing it in such a skillful way at this time.
Yeah, you're right, dude. That's a good shout too, and especially like this. I mean, it passes the Bechdel test because we get a conversation between Karen and Kirsten. So like they're legit having a conversation to advance the plot. Like,
Yeah. Oh, are they talking about men though?
Well, we're talking about stopping Kingpin, so I guess
Because I think the Bechdel test has to be them not talking about a male in the relationship as well. So it has to be like a
Well,
conversation.
actually, you know what? I think they're talking about the city,
So then yes.
healing the city. I think wasn't that it?
That if it was that, then that's what. Then yes, it would pass the Bechdel test. But it has to involve not talking about just like so like if it was two girls gossiping about a guy they like, that
It
doesn't
fails,
pass the
yeah.
Bechdel test.
So yeah, no, you're right, dude. It has been cool to see, especially BB's her double playing right now
Yes.
with playing up the propaganda.
Dangerous, bro.
Oh, for sure, absolutely, yeah. Playing up the propaganda for Kingpin, and then also being the behind the mask against Kingpin.
Yes.
But yeah, that's been fun to watch as well. And then Karen leveled up, like for sure, this season with her ability to fight. Like she's the one who captured.
Yeah, she actually captured a task force agent.
Yeah, exactly. And I love how like episode 1 ended with or episode 2 ended with her capturing him.
Yeah.
And like she did like 3 quick hits, and then he was down. And then we come up and Daredevil's up there. Like, what did you do?
Yeah. Yeah, like he's just so. But and like, even that moment, like she's in control of everything that's going on. Like Daredevil is like kind of like unsure, but she's so sure of what she needs to get out of this guy and like of her purpose in this moment, like so much more than Daredevil is in this moment.
Yeah. Which let's talk about this interrogation real quick because Daredevil's asking him questions and he's like, "You're lying, you're lying," and then he like goes and whispers like he's telling the truth. Like,
Yeah,
That was amazing.
pretty awesome. Yeah,
yeah. Oh man, but they're still just like forcing him the information out of him, and
Yeah.
he ends up wanting to help the revolution, the resistance, whatever they're calling themselves, and he gives them a key to have access to Red Hook.
Yes.
And so that was very pivotal because we obviously see that pay dividends in the end of episode 3. But yeah, no, I did think making some progress there because the whole thing was like, how are they going to get into Red Hook? Like when they get into Red Hook, they're going in blind against everybody. It's like one versus an army, that kind of thing.
yeah, very much so. It's definitely a situation where they seem to kind of have complete control in that moment. And although he lots of times kind of goes headfirst into things without really a whole lot of planning going on, it's still a very dangerous situation and maybe one of the more dangerous situations he's ever been in.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, I really enjoyed that interrogation scene, and then that kind of just sets a tone for episode 3. But I know obviously that was the interrogation was the start of episode 3. There's some good stuff in episode 2 that we need to get to before we really start moving on to the meat stuff. Hero, episode 2 stand out for you in episode 2 that really was just like kind of highlight for you?
Again, I can't really remember the breakdown of what was 2 and 3. So this is when they do this. I can't answer that.
They blend
question.
all together. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it blends all together.
I did think the bodega scene with Angela and her Tia.
Oh, yes.
Where she's like, they're walking on the sidewalk first. She's like, "Let's go get a snack." Like, first off, I'm like, "Okay, you guys ever are you guys ever out and about like in the store? Like, dude, let's go get a snack." Like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever
like all the time.
No,
like,
but you don't say
times
let's
a
go
week.
get a snack. It's like I'm gonna go get some food. Like let's go get something to eat. You don't say I'm gonna go get a snack. What are you like, 12? Like, I don't understand.
Yes, Angela's 12, dude.
She's not 12.
She's
like
basically 12.
15, 16. She looks like she's 9. But
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go into the bodega, and they're kind of laying.
You could just tell. Can I just say you could just tell something bad's gonna happen?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, but something bad was gonna happen.
What they're doing here is they're laying out the framework for choosing the sides of justice.
Yes.
This is the visual interpretation of justice. We have the teenage boy sticking a alcoholic beverage into his coat, and Angela telling him to put it back, with the Tia telling him to put it back. And they're trying to do like, hey, that's wrong. You need to stop that and do what's right. They don't listen, and so the bodega owner pulls out a shotgun to take justice into his own hands, and he's telling him to put it away. But then the third party, I think now we're in fourth party now.
Yeah.
The task force beats him senseless, and they change the justice and shift it from the boy because he drops the wine and breaks, but then shifts blame to the tia for trying to do what was right in the first place. And completely takes her away, and as she's driving away, Angela's like, she's never gonna be seen again. That kind of thing.
Pretty much. Dude, the scene where like the moment where they hold, where she has her arm on the shoulder of the task force agent, and you just see both of them. Like initially, she's like okay, and then like you see it both change in their eyes, and you know what he's about to do, and you know that she's stepped in it when she's noticing that she stepped in it.
Oof, yeah. That was that whole scene was just storytelling from every scene, every moment. It was so good, man.
That's assaulting an officer.
When he said that too, I was like, dude, have a backbone, man. Come on.
Oh, obnoxious.
Yeah.
I was like, and that's what's crazy about these systems, right? Like, okay, so Kingpin, everything he's created, don't get me wrong. There are some cops who I wouldn't say they're good. They're a part of the AVTF, Anti-Vigilante Task Force. I wouldn't say that they're good, but like you can understand why maybe they feel valued, they feel supported. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They're empowered for sure. But then there's always there's always some rotten. What's the phrase? There's always some bad apples or something, right? Problem is, there's some really bad apples in this group. Like, dude, some of these guys just like, oh, this is a great chance to kill people.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like. Yeah, Cole trying to get back into like Cole's like,
yeah, dude,
I'm better.
What happened to him? Was his face burned or something? I don't really remember.
He was involved in the apartment takedown of
with
they're
Muse?
trying to, yeah, well, not Muse. They were trying to raid Murdoch's place because Castle was there, wasn't?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and
Castle just tears through them. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Which Castle is It's a noticeable. It sucks that he's not there.
Yeah.
Like I understand. I think it seems from what I've seen on social media why he's not there is because he's a little tied. He was a little tied up, maybe shooting for another Marvel project, right?
Yep.
He also was at the end of the last Born Again. He was literally tied up,
but he escaped.
He does escape. Yes.
So I think it's like to see him in July in the movie theaters might be worth it, right?
I think so too. I think you're right.
But
even
you
in
feel
May,
it now.
Still have his special.
His 1 hour special.
Oh yeah, well, but that's not in movie theaters, right?
No, it'd be Disney Plus.
Okay.
And on this podcast. So
come on.
Yep. But also another highlight in episode 2 for me was the when Dr. Glenn was talking to Swordsman. That was in episode 2, right? Or is that episode 1?
No, that was 2.
Okay, yes.
No, that was probably 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who cares?
She fudged the numbers.
I think she fudges it, but
okay. But her talking to Kirsten about her interrogation and how Kirsten calls her out, like, that was a hack job of you being a therapist, saying that he is X, Y, and Z, and he really isn't X, Y, and Z, and then Dr. Glenn throwing back at Kirsten that when you're face to face with on the other side of the vigilanteism. And you make the call, you make the decision, that kind of thing. I did find it very interesting how Dr. Glenn, Tiro, one of the big things that I pointed out last week on the podcast, which you probably didn't listen to, was in the comic book, there's a female version of Muse, and we do see Dr. Glenn in this episode open her drawer and pull out the Muse mask, like she's holding on to it for something. So... Yeah.
Do you think that's what's going to happen?
That's what I said last week. That's exactly what I said last week. So,
but I don't know.
She has demons she's fighting.
Yeah, she does
for sure. Here's what I want to know. Where does this end for her? What happens with that storyline? Because I'm very intrigued by it.
I think she decides to take vigilantes out herself.
So to become a vigilante.
Like she gets called out for what she was doing and is like, you know what? Fine, I'll do it myself.
Basically that, yeah.
So neither of you think she might come clean?
No, I don't think so. I think she's too far gone.
She might have regret working for Kingpin and framing all these people wrongfully.
I mean, I even think her conversation with Buck was a little bit telling to where she's going to go as well. Like she was kind of into it too much, I think. This
Yeah.
little like underworld conversation of like watching the king, and then she's the one who's labeling the rest, the jester, the other ones. Like she's a part of this
She's prescribing, dude.
game. So I don't know, man.
She's diagnosing the whole room.
That's exactly what it was.
They both were. There was some. There
That was a great conversation.
was some zinging going on there, bro. I don't know what else happened later that night. That probably nothing because that was a long night for Fisk with the Northern Star getting blown up. But there were some things. There were some sparks flying there. Just gonna say.
Well, I think that's
two beautiful people. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what Vanessa was alluding to. Like when Vanessa's like,
right.
It's like it's up to you. Like however you decided to take it.
Yeah. So I want to go back to the whole women thing that Shimada was talking about earlier and talk about Karen for a minute.
Women thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Ladies, listen up. Here's your sexist comment of the pod. Just kidding. Not at all. Just a bad joke. Yeah, throw open alert. No, for real. I agree with what you were saying, Amato. Strong female characters throughout this show. And, like, they're strong female characters because they're strong female characters, not because, like, they are forced upon us, which is great.
Like, super powered, so you're just like, okay.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Like, Vanessa's powerful, but at any moment in this thing, I was like, she's about to die. Like, I'm like, where is Poindexter? You know, like, she's about to die.
Oh, you felt it. You felt that presence, dude. And the
I was like,
staring. Oh, man.
The colors. Oh, man, it was great. It was great. But anyways, to Karen, I'm kind of annoyed with her. You guys were talking about her taking a step up, and I'm like, a little bit.
As far as her involvement, like she is, she's taking a step up in her involvement. Like
she's getting her hands dirty.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
Because honestly, before this, she was
behind a desk.
Yeah, she just was behind the desk. She would do that kind of stuff. She never really went out in the
girl in the chair.
Yeah. She's a field agent. Yeah. Now she's a field agent.
Yeah.
So what were you saying about Karen T-Roll?
Okay. You can't wear a wig like that. Okay. And cry about Matt going into Red Hook. You can't kidnap a cop while also crying about Matt doing his job. I'm just like, it's just a little inconsistent. Pick one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, maybe she's just conflicted because she's in a new role, but it's just kind of annoying. I might be too nitpicky. Am I being too harsh here? Like, she's like stepping it up, but she's also being annoying. Am I crazy?
I mean, she's kind of being a little bit hypocritical too. I mean, in the sense of wanting Matt to not take action like he's supposed to. Like, he's literally the only one who can do something at this moment. Like, we don't hear of Spider-Man and everything going around New York. So, like, we don't, like, I'm assuming he's there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's there. But, like, as of right now, Daredevil is the problem solver, and she knows that Matt's Daredevil. So, like, let him problem solve.
Yeah. I think part of the issue is she's had to take that step into both of those different roles at the same time. As the girlfriend / lover, whichever, like, their relationship is there, and then also essentially his second in command. You know, like, she's kind of dealing with both of those issues at the same time in the difficulties of those having kind of diametrically opposed objectives.
Okay, that's fair. It's probably difficult. It's probably more difficult than I'm making it out to be. But I'm just annoyed by it. Like, when she was like, "You can't go in there," I'm like, "What? You got another idea?" Like, I was like, What else is going to happen here? You got some other idea you're holding out on? Like, I was like so annoyed, you know. But whatever. I digress. Okay, change the subject again. This show does a lot of things well. One thing I just love, and I think we talked about this in season 1, but like the BB reports, and I don't know if they're always BB reports, but a lot of times they give us these little, like, on the street level, like, what are people saying? And I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible.
Especially when they're interlacing the exact opposite happening.
Yeah, while it's playing out, yeah.
Yes. I love that Fisk is taking control. It's great, and there's just someone getting beaten up. It's just,
or even if it's something simple like there's a anti-Fisk, something in the background while it's being said.
True.
Fisk you.
Yes.
That was a favorite of mine. I was thinking of the when Kirsten got to go talk to the swordsman at Red Hook.
Yeah.
And they have her blindfolded, walking into him, seeing him in the interrogation room, and just kind of talking about, like, how things are going to go and how there's no time. They're changing things up. There's an agenda at play. And then we do see the courtroom scene, and everything's awry. Like, you can tell that it is 100%. Fisk has full control of that entire situation. An example is going to be made right here, right now, and it's completely out of Justice's hands.
Yeah.
And just the whole interaction there. And then especially like when Kirsten is like, I'm sorry, I wish I had more time. I don't have time. And then when they sentence him and they give him his verdict, and he's just poetically communicating it.
Yeah.
Like an unnecessary
quoting some like Shakespeare or something.
Exactly. It is just it was so good. It was very, 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 very entertaining.
Yeah. It was fun in that scene seeing her take a couple swings. There were definitely a couple of moments where, although it was obviously a losing fight, you see her take a couple like chips away at Fisk on live television.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even though she knows she's gonna lose, if she can create a crack, or like the old idea, like if you can make them bleed, like then they're mortal.
Like the other lawyer was like, "I'm sorry, is the mayor on trial here?" And she's like, "Maybe he should be."
Ooh,
yes,
yeah, so good,
yeah, like
incredible,
something like that, like something simple like that, like plant that idea in their mind.
And again, the clips of this guy standing in line at a bodega watching the trial, this girl on the treadmill watching the trial, like you're getting the sense that like you don't know exactly, what is there, 10, 11 million people in New York, right? Like you don't know where everyone falls on the vigilante stuff, but you're getting the sense that more and more people, every episode, more and more people are like, this is not okay, this is not right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Fisk is, gosh, he is so good at spinning stuff. Good.
He's so good at spinning it, but it is really cool seeing these little moments of like resistance that are happening. Like you're seeing these moments like the burst out in front of the bodega, and like how many people were around there who were not happy with what was going on in the bodega. Even like something as simple as when the task force shows up to the hospital, and they're going after the one former cop. Now
Cherry, yeah, it's great.
And there's like five older cops in there, except for I think Kim was like the only one who wasn't like 55 plus. Like
yeah.
But it's seeing like that there are some people out there, if they can be strung together, and maybe there's a shot,
Yeah, I thought that the people surrounding the task force taking away Angela's Tia, I thought there's way more of you. You guys, you could overpower this and make it a big deal and help swing the narrative, but they didn't. Instead, they got held back by the 2 or 3 members that were there in the task force.
See, the problem is there's no way to win in that moment.
No, of course.
I don't know. I just like you could do more. I thought like there was a ton of them. This came out of nowhere. I don't know where.
Dude, they will kill people on sight if they need to.
Yes. Yeah. Like honestly, like I know what you're getting at, but like at that moment, like there's nothing you can do. That's the scary part about them, is that there's nothing that they can do. They have weapons. They can have numbers if they choose to have numbers, and they have the law on their side at the moment. Like there is like not a whole lot they can do. I think honestly, rattling the cage and not just being okay with what happens, and like there were some people throwing things at the.
That's true. Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, that's really all you can do, unless you literally want to be in that paddy wagon with her.
Dude, even the people throwing things at the thing, I was like, yo, that's bold. Like I wouldn't do that.
I was like, now. Don't.
Yes, that took a lot to do that.
Yeah, and the irony of like the people who were outraged were like the same kids that women was rebuking.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? You started all this, like with.
Yeah, this is kind of your fault, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me think. Obviously, the ending was crazy, right? So maybe we should finish there. Outside of what happened at Red Hook, what else do we want to talk about from episodes 2 and 3?
Can I just say that like one of the biggest things I felt like they could have done instead of doing what they did is use cameras. Use cameras to your positive effect. Like in this season at Red Hook, just plant a few cameras, let them see what's going on in the facility.
Well, they kind of showed when the diapers fell from the thing. They're putting on a show.
Yes.
Because there were reporters there trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I'm saying like Daredevil put up a few cameras instead of maybe like doing as like maybe that's something Karen could have pushed for, is like why don't we put some cameras in there instead of you going in there all gung ho? We do a little more subtle. Same thing like when what I thought would have been a really cool scene from season 1 is when they were in the apartment of the guy that was getting beat up by the cops who White Tiger saves. If Daredevil had the forethought, like, oh, put his phone up top of the fridge, and then just let himself just get like wailed on by these cops, and like just made it look like they were just wailing on this blind lawyer at his
I think at that point though, like
defendant's house.
Fisk can spin that though. Fisk could be like rogue police officers take into their own hands, and
But
Fisk,
still,
Yeah.
it's a crack though,
Yeah.
because you know what that rogue police officers are. They are a part of Fisk's city. They are a part of him. No matter how you want to say it, they are a part of his system.
yeah, that's true.
Okay. Maybe we should wrap up talking about Red Hook.
Dude.
So
okay.
the first
So-
thing I want to say, hold on, I gotta say something. These Russian dudes, when they asked to go home, it was so obvious. I was like,
Extremely obvious.
"You ain't
Well,
going home, buddy."
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I think weren't they the ones that
Yes.
Mr. Charles set up for them to knew that they were going to get killed? Like he
We
was
got
like,
confirmation is from the CIA
Yeah.
this week.
oh yeah, that's right, we did get that. Yep. He said I got people they're expendable, that kind of thing
Yes.
from episode 1.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I knew that. Was like, yeah, they're not making it out of there. When they said you couldn't go home, that's craziness.
Now, this last scene was epic. Like I'm watching it. You know when you like stand up when you're watching something because you're pretty
Yeah.
excited. So like
was there.
when Daredevil is working his way like Liam Neeson in Taken and like step by step finding his way to this exact door based on some sounds, which is even more impressive. Liam Neeson heard those sounds in Taken, right? But now he's going off of the sounds that
Kirsten heard.
Kirsten.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
incredible.
a really crazy line. She's like, "Well, I didn't see anything. I can work with that."
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
that line was so good, Shimano. I love that
Yeah.
line, dude.
The parallels that they showed of her kind of talking, or no, they didn't show her talking or describing it. They showed her
Walking.
actually doing it because we saw that. We saw her doing that when she was going to visit the swordsman, and it was one segment of her walking through feeling a gust of wind, and then he finds the hole in the roof or the window that allowed that gust of wind to go through. The sounds of the pigeon, like I paused it after the third description, and I was like, "This is cinema, dude. This is so
Yeah.
perfect right now." Like I was enthralled with what I was watching right there, and
Yeah.
I continued the description, and he was listening to what's going on around him as well, and he hears people on the other side of the door, and he just busts the doors open and just goes ham on all these guys.
Dude,
Insane.
just the fighting that takes place from when he busts through that door to take out this first two to you're seeing and I love how they show his powers with the camera zooms and whatever it's called when it's showing him using his freaking sonar skills or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, and he's finding the watch. He's finding the watch, which I said at the beginning of this pod, like you just know, like he puts that watch in there with a purpose in episode 1 because because his goal, right? He's trying to blow all this stuff up, right? That's what he said with Karen. They were going to blow it up, make it a show, a spectacle, so that people had to be forced to know that it was weapons, right? But then he hears all the screams and the cries and the heartbeats of the people that are locked up there. And as soon as he walks in there, I was like, you can't blow this place up. Like there are innocent people in dog cages here,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
This whole scene was awesome. Freeing everybody, freeing the swordsman. I mean, just
Giving
this
him
was
a
so
bar to use.
Yeah.
yes.
And I love how he
This was
does
so good.
the little sword gesture, like he's getting ready to work with it, and he hears reinforcements coming. Matt does, and he's like, "Free as many as you can." And the fight sequence was incredible. We do see a couple broken bones in what's it called? Daredevil even throws like a freaking rebar into somebody's shoulder, and it just it sticks in there. Insane. The swordsman is doing some action too. Like we got a good bit of swordsman here.
Mhm.
I did not.
Yeah.
We got way more than we ever got in Hawkeye. That's for sure. Like
For sure.
Um,
Honestly, we've seen way more of him, in
Yeah.
any of Daredevil.
yes. Yeah.
The range
Right.
that they've shown, of the security footage of him, of quote unquote him And then like in this scene,
Yeah, dude. The fight sequence was incredible. I mean, man, this was like peak Marvel right here.
Yeah. And then hearing them like, go hot, use lethal force. It's like, dude, they're just gonna kill these people.
yeah,
Insane.
And luckily, Matt had the wherewithal to create a smoke screen, pull down the piping, get them all out of there. And Karen runs into Angela on the outside, who's wearing the white tiger emblem necklace that she from her uncle, and she's wants to do good. She's a 9-year-old that wants to do good.
yeah.
But they get this massive truck to go transport all these prisoners away. But I didn't think they were all going to get out of there. I didn't think they were going to escape. Did you guys think they were going to escape?
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, I thought there was going to be some casualties. I didn't think they were all. I thought like some of them were going to get
Well,
killed.
that's a little bit again.
I think the only one that could have died would have been Duquesne. Honestly, I think it's the only person that could have gotten knocked off in that scene.
I feel like it could have killed a random citizen. Like I feel like that could have been okay.
Maybe the bodega owner.
Yeah, he was hopping.
Well, in hindsight, what happens later, like I see why no one dies, right? But like they don't want the public to know that prisoners are being kept there, that not vigilantes, just people.
But yeah, think of how like powerful it would have been if he'd been able to get a camera in there with a microphone and been able to catch that line where they said go hot, use lethal force.
Yeah.
Like you see them go in there and be able to see that they were going to be shoot up all these people who were very obviously not all vigilantes.
Yes. Yes, like the bodega owners in there.
Yeah. It was just two people fighting and everybody else was being protected.
Yeah. But it was some great action. Man, it was thrilling to watch. But then, and like it's so funny because I'm like, all right, they didn't really accomplish their mission. Karen and Matt are driving away talking about how they needed to basically pivot. They weren't able to blow everything up. But then, ironically, everything blows up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I love Fisk, he's like
the phone call. Talk about the phone call.
On the ship. Yeah, Fisk is talking to Powell, and he's like, they got away with all the prisoners. He's like, did they get away with the weapons? And he's like, no. He's like, okay. Are the Russians still on the ship? Okay, yeah. You know what to do. Yeah. He blew up the ship, and he's going to spin that now that the vigilantes did that. And
very much
it's
so.
going to be
1,000%.
Look at your city. Like, look what happens when you're trying to clean up the river. You're trying to clean up the harbor, right?
Yeah, he'll probably say something like the explosion happened and vigilantes escaped from, and because of that explosion as well, a whole bunch of vigilantes escaped from Red Hook. So there's even more vigilantes out on the streets now.
Yep. So he's got to increase the task force presence and increase the curfew. It's going to be more power driven, and Fisk is going to be on a whole other level now.
Yes,
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Swordsman escapes with the help of Daredevil. I mean, it's so easy to spin at this point. All these innocent men die because of these terrorists. I mean, it's just like this one is so easy, and to see the horror.
You just line up some shots from earlier in the day with them. Oh, they were just unloading diapers to help needy families.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Exactly.
Not the diapers.
Yeah. So Daredevil looks like just a maniac in the public's eye, right?
Yeah.
Well, and another thing that we haven't touched on is Fisk's masterclass of trying to find where Murdoch is to say that he's saying, oh, this hero, we must find him so that we make sure that he's safe.
Yeah, he's missing. Yeah.
Yes.
So that now he can't go out during the day. He can't go out at all. If he goes out as Daredevil, they're looking for him. If he goes out as Matt Murdock, they're looking for him.
It's such a smart move, man. Such a smart move. Kingpin, truly one of a kind.
What's great about Kingpin is he can be the Machiavellian kind of, villain, and he can also be the Kingpin villain, right? Like he can just kick your freaking tail.
Yes.
Like
he does have that, he's so believable on both sides of the coin. Not every supervillain or villain is capable or believable on both sides of the coin. Someone like the Joker is very believable a lot of times on the Machiavellian chaos side, but when it comes to him taking a swing at somebody, you're like, okay,
unless he's got a pencil.
Oh,
Yeah,
what he can do with
True.
that thing? Yeah.
what he can do with that pencil. I heard he can make it disappear. But yeah, so it is very interesting that what he can do with that, and like it's gonna be interesting to see also how the character Daniel, like how he moves along, because I think they made a lot of moves in his character in these 2 episodes, like where is he gonna fall eventually? Like, is he so far in the camp with Kingpin? Is he gonna come back to the other side? Like, what is he? Is he making trying to make his own secondary moves? Because he showed through that he has some, although he has this blind spot for BB. He has this like dogged loyalty to Kingpin,
Dude,
and he has these moments of like he has genuine like genius at moments, like even his like kind of dumb sound, like when Buck comes in and it looks like Buck is just going to talk down to him the whole time about why is he eating, and then he explains it and it makes sense. Like,
yeah.
why would you want to go into a room filled with a bunch of dignitaries eating things that you don't know how they're going to affect you?
So smart. Yeah.
This street hot dog.
That's hours beforehand. It's okay to eat a street hot dog. That's
Yes.
Now
Because it's him. Because
Yeah.
he is the street hot dog. Like in this situation, he's the outsider. The very simple, like those fancy foods. They're something else. But
Okay.
he's this outside version coming into it.
All
there
right.
you go, folks. Daniel is the street hot dog.
No. Let's stay on Daniel for a second. How does this end? So we talked about, making some predictions here. Like, where does this go with him, with BB, with the leak? Buck says, when you find the leak, you let me know. Is he gonna come clean and report her, and then they're gonna kill her? Is he gonna get out because he loves her? Like, what's the play here?
I think Daniel has learned from Kingpin. I think Daniel has learned from seeing all of the things that have taken place, and he is going to not turn his back on BB. Instead, he's going to protect her by creating a patsy. He's going to bring some random person in who does not matter, and find a way for him
If I had
to
to
be
guess,
involved.
it would be Sheila.
Sheila, it can't be
Sheila for sure,
It cannot be Sheila, though.
because she knows the leak was from his laptop.
No. If you guys were paying attention, you guys aren't paying attention, are you? Spider-Man.
I don't know what the hell you about to say.
Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer came out. And who is giving Peter Parker the key to the city? Sheila is giving him the key to the city. It's not Sheila. She's safe in all this.
You don't know when that happens?
No, I don't know when that happens, but it happens in Brand New Day. We know that. Brand New Day takes place after Daredevil events. We know that.
Do we know that for sure?
That's what the word on the street is. That's
All right.
Okay.
finger on the pulse
sure.
right there, ladies
right.
and gentlemen.
But anyway, I have a feeling that he's going to essentially split with BB and be like, hey, I can't do this with you anymore. He's going to be in the Kingpin camp.
Me too.
Then BB's going to do something that's going to get him inadvertently killed.
I kind of think he's gonna. I think this sounds crazy. I think she is going to suffer the same fate as her uncle.
Oh, dude.
Maybe not through Kingpin, literally.
Yeah.
That's crazy to imagine, but he's ruthless. But I think he's gonna like have to watch Buck take her away or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Buck did say you don't want somebody to steal his kill. So
yeah, yeah. I really think that. But I do like the Daniel character. I thought it was really interesting when he's like getting rebuked by Kingpin. He's like, is there anyone in this building you feel like you need to protect? And he said, yeah, you. And I was like, I was impressed he said that. Well, yeah, and Kingpin's like, good answer. But I was like, actually, that was a good answer because I wasn't expecting him to say that. I was like, I thought he was going to be like, yeah, me. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, that's what I would have said,
Well, I think that's the thing about that Kingpin likes about him is he at least seems so genuinely caring of Kingpin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he does seem like he is on his side for sure. Like,
well, Kingpin said in episode 1, good men are hard to come by, right? Loyal men. And there's a difference between, like, even if Daniel makes a mistake, that's different than him not being loyal, right? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I think Kingpin still really values that. So he's like giving him a chance to correct this, find this leak, plug this hole.
And I think it's also just like there's no like falseness in like his Like it doesn't ever seem like he's trying to play Kingpin, which I think Kingpin likes. There's never a moment where he feels like he's dealing with a politician in that moment. And there's so many times now in this new life of his where he has to deal with politicians.
Totally.
And I think that's why one of the reasons why he also likes Daniel is because he's just some dude. He's just some paisan off the street. You know, like that's what he is. You know.
Yeah. So good. So good. Okay. Trying to think. Anything else? Oh, yeah. One more thing I wanted to say. Vanessa is 100% gonna die in this season.
Ooh. It feels like it.
Here's how I know it's true. It's not just the Poindexter kind of the color on the screen changes.
Her dream.
Although that does seem obvious. If Poindexter kills Vanessa, Karen made the good point. Like, he's sparing Daredevil to almost make this war worse, right? Like, Poindexter is keeping Daredevil alive, but making it look like Daredevil is killing all these cops so that Kingpin can be more radical. Like, Poindexter's doing a lot here. If he kills Vanessa, and it is literally framed as Daredevil did it,
Oof.
like,
Yeah,
first of all,
off the deep end.
Kingpin will go off the deep end. And also, here's how I know she's going to die. It was either episode 2 or 3 or maybe both of them. All she can talk about with Fisk is moving to the islands and just like getting out of this world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he is literally saying, no, this is who we are. And that's what's going to get her killed. And then he's never going to forgive himself and he's going to go crazy.
Yeah, there's gonna be a moment where she's gonna be like, "Well, I'm gonna go to the islands and you'll meet me there," and then she'll get killed on the way to the airport.
Gosh.
Yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
Brutal. Or retiree, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Exactly. Anyways, it's been fun. Episode 4 next week. We'll be back to review it. It'll be good. So be sure to come back. It's been, this show, season 1 was great, and season 2 is proven to be amazing as well.
Which the streets say that episode 4 is bonkers. So.
Oh, all right.
The streets are talking. So.
I like bonkers. I
Yeah,
like bonkers.
Streets ahead.
Streets ahead. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We want to give a shout out to all of our listeners. We really appreciate you. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening, and please share this podcast with your friends. Leave us a review, a comment. Helps us out tremendously. And be sure to come back next week as we review episode 4. Will Jordan be on that episode review? Will he be on that podcast? He says he will. Let's hold him to it. With all that in mind, tune in to find out. With all that in mind, for my good friends Sandy and Shamato, this is T-Roll saying thank you so much for listening to the Royal Geek Podcast. We will see you next time, you peasants.